Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to Unicross on my free-to-play account. About to do a medal spotlight with you guys for Sephiroth. Supernova Sephiroth. I never thought I would say these words in this video, but my free-to-play account is about to do a medal spotlight on the Supernova Sephiroth. I'm so freaking excited. So, if you guys missed it, there's a poll battle video, me versus Anthony. If you guys want to check it out, it was actually pretty funny. We got so excited. There's so many false calls and then so on and so on, and this is one of the end results. There's much more to that video besides that. Lots of tears, lots of blood. Let's jump into this and let's trade our Sephiroth. So, if you guys are one of the lucky few who got Sephiroth, there's one major thing you want to know about Sephiroth. If you really want that Supernova to do maximum damage, the more strength it has, the better, and I did get a boosted Sephiroth, so I just have a crazy amount of potential here. Another thing to take note is that this 120% multiplier is the max multiplier. This only relies on buffs from your buffer medal, the Keyblade slot that it's sitting in, and the medal's strength. So basically everything that affects the strength is what's going to make this Supernova more powerful. So when you see plus 1000 traits, that's actually really, really good. Not just for PvP, but for, let's say you hit a quest that you need negative 60 ground, you don't have that. A medal with a lot of strength can go past that negative 60 ground and still do a lot of damage. But like I said, that Supernova is going to do more and more. So, traits I want to see on this medal is obviously extra attack, negative 60s, and plus 1000s. Extra attack usually takes priority over other trait in the game for me. Extra attack is just so good, you can't go wrong with it. Negative 60 ground is great for PvE content, and for PvP, plus 1000, and now with the Supernova mechanic, plus 1000 might be better than the negative 60s if we get enough of them to stack. If not, negative 60 is always really good for just generally, and being a one-hit medal, AoE one-hit medal, it's incredible. So, let's get our traits rolls in here. Obviously, for the skill, guys, he costs 6, attack boost 7 max, SP gauge 0, or 1 or 2 SP gauge will work. If you get the new attack boost 8 max when it comes out, if you want to wait for that, you can too, but I got a triple threat, so I'm definitely going to put a skill on it. The skill does not count towards the Supernova. So if you have attack boost 8 max or attack boost 1, it's going to do the same amount of damage. Skill does not matter. Wish me luck on my trait rolls. I gotta do this too because I need to get through everything. I haven't done my dailies and I capped out after all those polls. So, trait number 1. I'm recording, right? I'm recording, yes. Sephiroth, trait number 1. I want to see off the bat an extra attack. That's what I want to see first, extra attack. My main account got 2 of them. My free to play is gonna get. Surprisingly, my main account did not see raid damage. I actually totally forgot about it for a second. If you want, this can be a rating medal. Rating medal, one-hit medal works out really good. That does have triple threat on it. I'm going to keep one of these medals on the side. Oh, wait, is one equipped already for the high score challenge? Okay, one's equipped for the high score challenge already. No. All right, let's just roll these ones and I'll go unequip them. So trait number 2, I'm still going to keep one. If you're watching this and you haven't fused them all together yet, congratulations. You can put that in your pet slot for 26%. Please extra attack or negative 60, please. Max gauges. I was lucky to pull Sephiroth, but I don't know if my luck's gonna go any further than that, and on my free-to-play account, I don't want to chase traits. Main account, I'll consider it because I'm sitting pretty comfortably on there. Free-to-play, plus 1000. Okay, that's good. He's boosted, now he's got plus 1000. I got myself 3 more trait rolls realistically because I did 6 pulls for this. So, second trait, we're gonna do 2 more traits here. I just gotta go unequip that Sephiroth from the trait slot there. Come on, negative 60 or extra attack, negative 60 or extra attack. Oh, negative 60 aerial. Oh my god, okay. One more, it's negative 60 or extra attack for ground. I'll be right back, I'm gonna get that one unlocked. Okay, the medal wasn't locked, it was actually just being shared. So here we go, last trait roll. Let's give it some experience medals with that and let's roll this up. Last one, guys. Before the high score challenge. After the high score challenge, I have another trait roll. So this isn't the end for my Sephiroth, but please put that negative 60 ground or extra attack in there. God, the damage it raids. The damage it raids. So, I have a rating medal if I ever choose to raid on my free-to-play account, which I don't want to. And I don't want to chase for traits, because I'm pretty sure if I pull 3,000 jewels, it's just not going to be worth it. I did my 5+ pulls already, 6 pulls. So, we're just going to leave it at that. We got negative 60 aerial and plus 1000. He'll never do ground, but he'll do pretty decent in PvP with that extra 1000 there. So, not complaining. Let's go dress him up and let's go put him on some Keyblades and see what kind of power we can get out of this. Alright, here's Sephiroth, all cleaned up, attack boost 7 max, SP gauge, 0 on it. I know I could wait a little bit, but honestly, I want to use him in PvP right now because all the Keyblades are power, and I did get the boosters for up to 35% extra guilt, so he should be doing some heavy damage right now. I gotta clean my inventory somewhere else, and then we're gonna go try out those bosses, and we're gonna use the training ground to see what he does out of all this. I'm gonna show you guys some Keyblade setups as well too, where he really fits and shines. So for Keyblade setups, a couple basic one, guys. I'm just going to show you where he sits and what copy medals can go around them. I really enjoy copycat medals. They make every Keyblade into whatever Keyblade you want because of just being able to copy your one powerful medal. Copy medals last forever, and they pretty much can go anywhere on any Keyblade if you have the right collection. So, Sephiroth, reverse slot on the Starlight's pretty decent. You got 3.063 over here. You can use Anti-Form to copy him forwards, and Kiar Bonds here to copy him backwards. You can also put him on the pet slot and copy forward with one of the older nominees, or the newer Tier 7 nominee, which works really good. Obviously, Sephiroth is going to work in every single pet slot, because pet slot is usually going to be your best multiplier for most Keyblades, especially when it comes to reverse power, unless it's the Fairy Stars. But this is one place he can sit. Ignore my Kairi. It's supposed to be Xion, but I only have Kairi on this account. It'd be better to put a Xion EX here, if anything, especially if you're copying him, because you need that full reverse buffs on your medal. So if you do have Xion EX Plus, use that instead. Just a little disclaimer before we go through all this. So we got Starlight. Treasure Trove, he sits right at the end. He can also sit over here to be copied backwards by your Key Art Sky if you really choose so, but a 2.0 multiplier is very low, and even at a 2.6 pretty low. So what you guys can do, instead of copying backwards to copy him, you can put Sephiroth in the Spirit slot and use an AC Xion to copy forward. That works out really good as well, since we don't have an upright power copy medal just yet. Now, you don't have to use copy medals. You guys can use whatever else you want on the Keyblade. This is just me using copy medals, like I said. So, Treasure Trove is another one. Olympia. We got Olympia here. He sits right here on the second slot. Again, early Keyblade slot, very low multiplier, not going to do as much damage. But if you do want to use Olympia and you want a pure attacker after your Xion EX Plus, you can do that with Kiara Bonds copying backwards as well. And then you can go into an upright version of the Keyblade, which is kind of awkward, so that doesn't really work out. So you most likely want to put him up in the Spirit slot and copy him with an Anti-Form Sora. That works out as well really nicely. Moogle of Glory. Boom, nominate 1 or 2, and then over here is supposed to be a Dusk, but I don't have a Dusk on this account, but Dusk would copy backwards into that Sephiroth. The only thing about this Keyblade is at level 26, you can see it's a 2.3, so you do got to make this a little bit higher, and even then, the multipliers are not as impressive as other Keyblades. So Moogle Glory is kind of iffy, but you do have good copy medal slots there. We've also got the Stroke of Midnight, which is sitting pretty nicely. If you had this level 35, Stroke of Midnight is a very strong Keyblade. Nominate copying into your Sephiroth, being copied backwards, triple Sephiroth off the end equals destruction. So it's really, really good. I enjoy this one. And if you do have Invisible, or if you do get Zack B being copied by Nominate again, or you guys can copy KR Beginnings backwards if you really want to. So this Keyblade just works really well for the medals that are currently held for Final Fantasy VII. Then you got Fenrir. Again, no forward upright copy, so you do got Sephiroth sitting over here. My Fenrir is kind of garbage on my free-to-play account, but Key Art Sky can copy backwards. The reverse power slot here is really good, so this is not a bad Keyblade to use either. Darkgnaw was born for reverse power. You can't go wrong. Backwards copycat medal in the pet slot. Sephiroth at a 3.0. The higher the Keyblade, the better. Xion to copy forward. Solid Keyblade. Sykes, if you got Sykes there. And of course, you need an upright medal there, so you got to work around that. You could use a Stained Glass Terror there if you want to, being copied by Kirat Sky. That could be a thing as well. Then you guys got Fairy Stars, which is like one of the best Keyblades in the game, if not the top Keyblade. That Sephiroth sits right here, copied by Nominate, copied by Kiart Beginnings. Bonds copying backwards, or Anti-Form copy forward into another Sephiroth if you do have that option there. And you do have a reverse magic slot here, which does continue those reverse buffs for you if you have a prime medal that's reverse magic. So Fairy Stars work out really nicely for him. So I'm going to choose out one of these Keyblades. We're going to go do a quest to see how powerful he is versus the test quest. And yeah, let's try to see what we can get with the damage of Sephiroth. Alright, so since we got negative 60 aerial on our Sephiroth, we're going to go for the speed aerial enemies, since my Sephiroth does have that negative 60, like I said. So let's go in and test out the power. I'm going to try this one first, because that is my highest multiplier, 3.5, where the Fairy Stars is sitting at 3.1. So we are going to use a Starlight for 3.563 there, and then we're also going to try the Fairy Star, see where he sits. So why not? Let's bring in someone else's Sephiroth as well, since we're going to test this out. So, testing grounds just a little bit. It's, I guess Coliseum would be a little bit better, but this works out solid as well. So, -60, Aerial. Against these, we're going to go for the full buffs. Kairi doesn't have the right buffs, but using Prime Rocks is being copied. We're going to have all the reverse up, attack, and defense down before we hit our first Nominee. So Nominee, copying our Sephiroth, is going to do a solid single hit of, let's see, 25 million? Was that 25 million? I didn't get to really see there. And then 10 million. All right, so Sephiroth being on the pet slot there, my Sephiroth's going to do... with -60, 65,783,000. My Nova for my own Sephiroth right here. This is my Sephiroth right here. It's going to do my Supernova. Sorry, Supernova is what it's called now. 52 million. And the friend one for having on the friend slot on the same guy, 52 million. Friend slot is doing 20 million. That's because your friend medal is always just a little bit weaker because of the way the multiplier for the friend slot works. It's not the same as everything else. As you can see, the 18 million there. But we got 65 million out of one hit for Sephiroth there, which is really, really good. So that's on the Starlight's last Keyblade slot. We're going to do it on the Fairy Stars and see what we get out of that as well. Now, my Keyblade slots are not incredible on this account. It could get even better than this. So you might be seeing different numbers with yours. 3.187. Let's see what happens out of this. If you guys got Sephiroth, congratulations. He's going to kill it for so many quests, one-hit challenges, all that good stuff. Like, he's going to be incredibly good. But let's go for another one here. Let's see what Sephiroth does. So there's the perfect traits down once we get after this Nominee. Nominee's going to do herself 21 because she is copying a tier 8 as a tier 5. And then Sephiroth himself at 3.187, 59 million. So you see that 6 million difference there for the multiplier of 3.1 something to 3.5 something. And then the backwards copy with only attack boost 5 max. And then my Xion copying my friend medal doing 26 million without the -60 Aerial there. Still a tier 7 versus a tier 8, but you can see the big difference that -60 Aerial brings into the game. And then of course the friend medal doing 16 million. So that is Sephiroth, that is Supernova. That is everything this medal brings into the game. If you had extra attack on it, if you got -60s on it and plus 1000, that medal is going to be an absolute beast for a very, very long time. Just enjoy. It's not the strongest single target. It's not the strongest AoE medal, but it's just in the right spot, especially with the trait medal every pull and having that new mechanic of Supernova. This medal is going to do a lot of destruction, especially in PvP. So... yeah, if you're not chasing it and you didn't get, well, if you did chase and you didn't get it, don't worry. If you want to go for it, but you want to save jewels, don't worry. It is skippable. It is going to be the beginning, maybe 1, 2, or 3 weeks of PvP being top players being very competitive, but your ranking shouldn't be affected too much. And if you do see Sephiroth, it's going to be once in a while. It would help you jump into more rankings for sure, but just wait. Tier 6 primes might carry Supernova with them, so don't worry too much. But that is Sephiroth, guys. That is Sephiroth with the Supernova. I'm super happy I got him on my free-to-play account. I didn't really chase him too much. That 6 pull was because Anthony was just like, do a 6 pull. I'm like, okay, I'll do a 6 pull. And it just turned out beautifully. Really, really good. Let me know if you guys got Sephiroth. What did you get for traits? What did you put on it? What Keyblade are you using it on? How much damage is yours doing compared to mine? And how's that extra attack? Because I know you guys got extra attack because I've seen you on Discord and I've seen you on Twitter. Let me know down below though. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling and I'll see you in the next one.